If you're a founder, small business owner, or early stage operator thinking, I'll just hire a salesperson and pay them when they sell, this video is for you. Because on paper, that idea sounds very reasonable. You're doing everything right now. You're selling, delivering, following up, handling customers, sending invoice, solving problems, and still trying to grow the business. So at some point, the thought comes naturally. If only I could just find someone to sell, the business will finally grow without everything depending on me. And then, as you're thinking about that, another thought comes. Maybe I can pay them on commission only. That way, I don't carry too much risk. If they sell, they earn. If they don't sell, I don't lose money. And it sounds logical. But this is exactly where many founders make their first expensive sales mistake. So before you post a job, before you offer commission or tell someone we figure out the pay later, let's talk about how to think about your first sales hire properly. Because your first salesperson can help you grow, but if you structure it badly, they can also cost you time, customer trust, and momentum you may not easily recover from. Let's start with the most common idea, commission only. This means there is no base pay, no fixed cost, they only earn when they sell. From the founder's side, it feels like a smart move. You think you are reducing risk. But from the salesperson's side, the message may sound very different. Because what you are really saying is this: I want you to learn my product, build my pipeline, represent my brand, speak to my customers, handle rejection, and carry costs of trying that. And if it does not work, I'll pay you nothing. That is not just a pay structure, that is transfer of risk you're doing there. And here is the problem. A good salesperson would usually have many other options. A strong salesperson can often find a company that offers a base salary, support, training, a clear product, and a real path to earning. So if you offer only commission, you may not attract the person you think you are attracting. You may attract someone very junior who does not know yet what they are worth. You may also attract someone who could not get hired somewhere else, or you may attract a real person who is experienced, capable, and genuinely willing to bet on themselves because they believe in your business. And those people exist. But you should not build your hiring strategy around finding a unicorn. This does not mean commission only can never work. In some industries, with the right products and the right market and support, the right person can come for commission only. But for most first sales hire, commission only is not only a low risk plan, it is often a sign that the business is trying to hire before it is ready. And that brings us to the real question. Are you actually ready to hire a salesperson? Before you ask, what should I pay them? Ask a better question. Am I ready to give someone a fair chance to succeed? This is because hiring a salesperson is not magic. A salesperson cannot automatically fix or clear positioning, weak demand, focusing pricing, poor delivery, or a product the founder has not yet learned how to sell. So before you hire, you need three things. First, you need a repeatable sale. Not just one customer who bought because they already knew you. Not a lucky referral or a deal that only closed because you are the founder and add credibility or history with the customer. You need a real pattern. You need to know who the customer is, what problem they already have, what message gets their attention, and what objections came up while selling, and what usually helps the deal to move forward. If you cannot explain how you win a sale, you are not hiring a salesperson. You are asking someone to run a business development experience with their own income. The second thing you need is a real number. How much revenue does this person need to bring in for the hire to make sense? And I'm not just talking revenue on paper, revenue that pays for their base salary, the commission that you would later give to them, the tools that they are using, the onboarding program you have, and your time. And also still leave some money for the business to run on. If you cannot answer that, then you're guessing. And guessing is how founders end up 6 months later wondering where the money went. The third thing you need is a ramp plan. A new salesperson may not close meaningful revenue in month 1. And depending on your sales cycle, they may not close anything meaningful in month 2 either. So what should progress look like before revenue arrives? It could be that in that first 30 days, maybe success for them would be to learn the product and understand the customers and make some calls. Then the following 30 days could be that they will begin to build pipeline, they will book qualified meetings and handling early conversations. And by 90 days, you could expect them to have real opportunities, clearer conversations, and clearer conversion signals with customers and begin to close their first deals. The point is simple. If your plan is they will figure it out, then you are not ready to hire. And that is not a failure in itself. It is just useful information and it tells you what to fix before you bring someone in. Many founders think the biggest risk is the salary, but the salary is only one part of the cost. Let's say you pay a base salary and it takes 6 months before the salesperson starts producing meaningful pipeline or even revenue. That salary is one cost. But then there is your time. You are training them, explaining the products, reviewing calls, correcting mistakes, answering questions, and trying to turn your instinct as a founder into something another person can repeat. That takes energy. And then there is the customer risk. A poorly prepared salesperson can overpromise. They can discount too quickly, explain the value badly, or create confusion with customers you've worked hard to earn. That damage is difficult to measure, but it is real. And then there is the lost momentum. While you are managing a hire who is not ready, you may be delaying product improvements, missing deals you could have closed yourself, or avoiding the deeper questions of whether the business is ready to scale sales at all. So the real cost of a bad first sales hire is not just salary, it is money, time, customer trust, and momentum. But there is an even bigger danger. A bad first sales hire can make you draw the wrong conclusion. You may say salesperson don't work, or my business cannot scale, or nobody can sell this except me. But sometimes the real problem is not the salesperson. Sometimes the role was not clear enough, or the pay structure was not clear, and the support was not there. So the founder wanted sales results without building the condition for the sales to succeed. And that is why the structure matters so much. You do not need a perfect compensation plan for your first salesperson, but you do need a clear one. A good first structure has 4 parts. First, there is the base plus commission. For most serious sales hire, you need both. The base salary shows that you are serious. It gives the salesperson enough stability, to focus on the right deals and not just the fastest deals. The commission gives them upside when they create results. The balance may vary depending on your market, your country, or business model, and the level of the person you hire. But the principle is the same. Base salary gives stability, commission rewards performance. Then the second thing you need is you need a simple written plan, not just a 40-page document or a fake promise. You need one clear page that is not complicated and that anybody can understand. And that page should answer basic questions such as, what is the base salary? When does a salesperson earn commission? When will the commission be paid? What happens if the customer cancels? What happens if a customer delays payments? Who owns which accounts? What happens with leads that the founder already created? If all of this is not written down, there will be disagreements, and disagreements about money destroy trust very quickly. The third thing you need is you need a ramp that measures the right thing. In the first few months, do not judge only revenue. Measure learning, pipeline creation, customer conversation, qualified meetings that they have, follow-up, discipline, and product understanding. The goal is to move in stages. Month 1 should be for learning. Month 2 is to build pipeline. And month 3 is to prove themselves. That does not mean you ignore revenue. It only means you understand that revenue is the outcome of a process. And in the early months, you need to know whether the process is being built. The fourth thing you need, set a clear review point. Usually around 90 days, that is the third month. Both of you should sit down and ask, is this working? Are the activities happening? Is the pipeline being built? Is the person learning? Are the early signals positive? If the answer is yes, you continue and adjust. But if the answer is no, you decide what needs to change. What you want to avoid is months of vague frustration where the founder is disappointed, the salesperson is confused, and nobody knows what success was supposed to look like. So, keep it simple. Now, there is one more point that matters. The real question is not only, how should I pay my first salesperson? The deeper question is this: am I ready to manage a salesperson? Because when you hire your first sales rep, you are not just buying revenue, you are becoming someone's manager. Their learning becomes part of your job. Their feedback becomes part of your job as well as their pipeline. Their confidence, targets, accountability, and ability to succeed all become parts of your own responsibility. And no compensation plan can replace management. You can have a good base salary and you can have a good commission structure. But if you do not coach, review, support, and manage the person, the plan will not save you. A compensation plan can guide behavior, but management creates the environment where that behavior can actually happen. So before you hire your first salesperson, do not start with commission. Start with readiness by answering these questions again. Do you have a repeatable sale? Do you know the number this person needs to generate? Do you have a ramp plan? Can you afford a base plus commission structure? Can you explain the plan in writing? And are you ready to manage the person you bring in? Because how you pay people shapes how they sell. And how you support them determines whether they can sell well.